Today, let us discuss on design thinking process, and also before that, we'll let us discuss on this design process. So what is the design process? As we discussed in the previous sessions, where all humans are creators, all humans are designers, all that we do most of the time is a design activity, and also it is a basic thing to any human activity. Coming to the definition of design, is the design is an art? I'm having doubt. Of course, we could see like a paintings, what is been done by the people. Okay, so or is a design is an aesthetic, or design is an event, or a product? To brief you little more on that, you have got very aesthetic, good appealing products are available here, images, where you could find out mug, which is looking very appealing, but whether the purpose is met, it's not, because the place where you are going to hold and also the place where you are going to pour, both are in the same direction. So that definitely makes the design poor. Coming to the second design, where the spoon, which is meant for scooping and taking an edible item, which the front portion is being shielded. So the purpose of using it as a scooping device may not be materialized. Even similar to that, the third example what is quoted, the positioning of the tissue paper roll is not a right arrangement which is provided there. So what we could understand from is the design is a conscious effort to impose meaningful order, and also design is something which establishes and defines a solution to the problem which was not previously solved or solved in different ways. We could see some of the examples which have been proven as a very innovative solutions which are seen by our own Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who found the kids walking with major difficulty of carrying artificial limb which was having the weight closer to 4 kg. Then he felt about that and he felt the pain of that particular kid who is wearing this artificial limb and facing that problem. He empathized the situation and he tried his team, who was actually doing a lot of material development activities in aerospace and also the ISRO, and he made his team to look into this particular product and made that product to come down with the weight closer to 0.4 kg. So when he made this particular attempt to reduce the weight of the product by seeing the people who are facing the problem and keeping himself in their toes and again trying to understand what the difficulties they are facing and able to bring the new change in their lives, which made him to feel very proud of with the inventions, whatever is done by him with his team. Coming to the second, the case study where TN Mechanic, Tamil Nadu mechanic who is located there in Salem, developed eco-friendly air conditioner to make his ailing wife to stay at home under controlled temperatures during summer after undergoing a surgery, and which has come in Hindu. He used two bubble tops with water where he filled up with some sand, and thereafter he used a motor through which he can pump the water continuously circulating. Over the top of these two bubble tops, he kept one basket in which there is again the type of grass through which the water is being made to flow, and that in turn is transferring the heat which is available within the room and taking away through the flow of water and tripping on top of this grass, which is making it to circulate the chill air. So the way this all looks like a very economic and simple products, but these are all like which are emerged out with the design. And the conversion of ideas into reality aims at fulfilling the human needs. And also we could see whatever the needs are there, but those needs, if there are a lot of technologies have been developing, there are a lot of advancements are happening around us. So if you are able to align these two, human needs and also technological advances together in same alignment, then you'll be the winner, where you can definitely make out the products which could definitely satisfy the requirements of the customer. For example, here you could see the design process where like smartphone, credit and debit cards, and also GPS, and you could see FASTag, and the way even people are now looking for breakthrough innovations in making out the vaccine. Most of the pharmaceutical industries are making out their efforts in a collaborative way to bring the COVID-19 vaccine in less span of time period. So all these breakthrough innovative technologies are used to create products that change the way we live and work. And also, every innovation may not be successful in a market. For example, Google's Eye, which is also named as Google Glass, which was introduced in 2013, where it has been head-mounted wearable computer, while being technologically impressive, but failed to perform well. Because in 2013, the awareness about this particular technology, illusion, and the way how the GPS usage and the transport directions and weather conditions, all sorts of things were not necessarily demanded by the customer, and customer has not reached to the level of receiving this product with delighted mode. So even though the technology evolved to that extent, but today that is becoming as order of the day. Okay, user can take photos, they can send messages, they view other information, weather and transport directions. It does not actually fulfill the real needs of the customers, what was actually on the day priority given by the customers. But the technology will not be dying. So the mindset of a designer always need to be, the problems cannot be solved by the same level of thinking that created by them. So when you want to find out the solution, you need to be shifting yourself from the level of thinking of the problem where it is created and trying to look at that problem from different perspective. That is a saying what has been done by Albert Einstein. Okay, coming to introduce about this design thinking. The design thinking, the term has been introduced by Tim Brown, CEO of IDEO, as human-centered approach to innovation that draws the designer's toolkit to integrate the needs of people, the possibilities of technology, and the requirements for business success. So if you are able to encompass these three portfolios together, that is something what we call as a design thinking. It has been mentioned by Tim Brown, where we could also see that this is applicable for the wicked problems, where the problems are not having any clear solutions and unforeseen outcomes and involves changing behaviors and interdependent and multi-causal and also socially complex. These are the problems which we'll be calling as a wicked problems. Now, coming to the strategy thinking, what actually we foresee in design thinking? There is a fundamentally cultural differences. Okay, so we require to bifurcate into two zones. One is about problem finding zone, other one is about problem solving zone. Problem finding zone means doing the right thing. What the problem is, identify very clearly. Then problem solving means doing the think right. When you want to find out the solutions, make thinking process to happen, and that thinking process needs to happen in a right manner. Okay, so the value creation plus value capture, that is advantage what you are going to have it in your design thinking. Okay, there are three parameters that define a successful product or service. Those three parameters, what you see, as it is mentioned by Tim Brown in his the definition of design thinking. where one is about desirability, which is taking care about human-centered development, and other one is about viability through the business terms, and third one is about feasibility with respect to the technology what is available. If you are able to make the proper fusing between these three, you'll be able to achieve the goal. That is a design innovation. So what is the desirability? If you look at it in a human centric point of view, you may have to look at like psychology, anthropology, sociology, and you need to identify the needs for which the human centric, you may not be getting the direct information from their voice, but you require to think in psychological way, anthropology way, and also you need to find out the needs. That is something what it happens like a desirability as a parameter. Coming to the second parameter about viability. How is it possible to make it in a specific economic budget? What are the operations are required? What strategies of competition I need to see, and how the market is behaving in this particular line of products? This is something what is going to be happening like a viability, business opportunity. Third paradigm is called as again feasibility. What technology is there with us? How do we make it? Either it could be engineering, or it could be the process what you wanted to make out, or it could be materials relevant study, or it could be chemicals relevant study, or what technology that is feasible to make out that. When you look at these three together, okay, that is something what we are just making out of key parameters, where the intersection of your humans and business, that is called as a functional innovation, which is shown here as a the functional innovation is here coming to okay, organizational behavior and marketing and branding, which is going to take care about the intersection of these humans desirability and the business viability, and the intersection of humans and technology, which is been named as again emotional innovation, where user interaction and interface and relationship marketing, which takes care about the intersection of these two zones. And coming to the third zone is called as the process innovation, comes under further economic boundaries with the technology, how far it is feasible, that is coming under the process innovation. In turn, you'll be able to get the value, which is called as an innovation, experience innovation. That is the thing what we'll be calling it as a value creation, which happens during this particular design thinking process. Coming to little more clear way to just look at how do we initiate this design thinking mindset to initiate. There are two ways of looking at the opportunity. One is starting from inside out, where identifying the business, develop the technology, and then create your concepts which could fit to the users in the market. There is another approach what is called as first understand the users, then try to create the concepts to satisfy their particular needs what is been observed and understood, and thereafter go for building the business and developing the technology suiting to this particular concepts to develop. So both approaches you need to have like some connect, either seeing from the back to front or from the front to back. The approach whatever you do it, most of the cases you may have to go for inside out and outside in. Both could be possible at different stages. Okay, this is the first stage what we require to do it as a combining outside in and inside out. Coming to the second stage, use empathy for user and stakeholders. So here the empathy, it starts with what user needs, what they desire. Okay, what they desire, whether it is financially viable, looking at business point of view, what they desire, will it be possible to make it with the available infrastructure and technology? That is about feasibility. So if you are able to make out a proper blend of these three things to get satisfied, that is going to emerge out as a solution. Next, embrace diversity and multidisciplinary. Wherever it is possible, try to connect the people who are in with different background, okay, and also try to make out where you request to implement what type of technology. Either it could be like human and subjective, or it could be technical and objective, or physical or design. So by making out this chart like this, where we could connect ourselves, either you would like to give solutions in the form of digital, or you would like to give solutions in the form of physical, or you would like to give solutions in the form of human and subjective way, or you would like to give in the form of technical and objective way. So depending upon the problem, your inclination is going to be shifted either to the top or bottom or left or right. This is something what we say like embrace diversity and also multidisciplinary, where the solutions could be dealt in multidimensional way. And fourth one is think holistically, not to the specific problem. See to it that your solution could be more generic, more systemic. Look the problem from different perspective, so that your solutions could be able to address many of the type of problems. Then generate many new ideas by encouraging without judgmental decisions. Then find and iterate alternate solutions from the ideas what you generated. If it is required, you can just go for prototyping, shortlisting, and rechecking feasibilities of technical, feasibilities of business, and then trying to satisfy the needs of user. Then even during this particular path, if you are failing, no issue, fail early, fail often, but whenever you are failing, fail smart. See to it that minimize the loss, maximize the benefit. So that particular mantra needs to be followed, so that your cost for failure, whenever you are going up along with the progress, it increases. Okay, and try to make out test and iterate. Number of errors needs to be minimal whenever you are exceeding the time. So with this, I'll be completing the process of design. So we discussed about the stages which could be executed in the design process.